Marco, why do you have that Harry Potter ass fucking
Chill, bro.
1800?
Kel gonna be on one today. I can already feel it. Pause.
This nigga got every. This nigga had an alchemist book. That nigga cast spells.
He ain't hear that. We don't even know what you talking about, cuz.
I ain't repeating
That nigga be casting spells out of that book.
Ah, man. Hey, shit. Whenever one of y'all ready. You want to start us off today?
Welcome to OPA to OPM, where
You wanna start us
we
off
write
today?
down all our goals and our dreams.
You want to start to hit the record button?
It's already recording, brother. See? Come on, fool. You gotta get on game, fool.
Testing.
Hope all this is going to get it.
Man, gave up.
Testing. Hey, turn up number one on the headphone. There we go. All right, cool.
Yo.
Hey, yo. I ain't do all that, motherfucker.
All right,
Nigga
man.
beatbox into the mic.
Hey, yo. All right, y'all ready?
This nigga got jokes today. Hey, this nigga a stand-up comedian
No
right
bullshit. Fuck. Fake ass Sinbad looking motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. Well, welcome back to OPA to OPM.
And we're still not recording.
On who we on recording, bro?
We're not recording. We're not recording till the record button hits.
Fool, on God, that shit is counting, bro.
red.
That shit is red, fool.
That mean it's not recording till it's green. Hold on. Oh, my fault. Hey, yo,
Nigga said,
All right.
Time out. I didn't know you hit record.
Yeah, bro. We
I had record
shot,
2.5
brother.
minutes ago.
Oh, my fault. I ain't see that.
I said that shit like 1 minute ago too.
My fault. My apologies. Hey, yo, we
All right. Part 3. Welcome back to OPA to OPM with your host Mark Hill Gale. Oh shit, part 4. All right.
Good lord.
Said that nigga.
Why he giggling so much?
Said that nigga sound like E40. Do it.
fuck you.
That nigga killing
Oh
like,
shit! All right, bro, your turn, bro. Good.
welcome to OPA to OPM.
Nah, fuck you.
What?
Nah,
That was the most professional joke
I
I
don't
could have
give
done.
a fuck. Markel, you gonna start us off today? Fuck this nigga.
Nigga came on the mic.
Oh shit! All
Hey,
right.
yo, this is gonna be terrible.
That nigga ad-libbed on the mic. This nigga Winnie the Pooh. No, he Pillsbury Doughboy. This nigga giggled on the mic. Grown ass man giggled.
Pause. Damn.
I didn't do it.
Oh shit.
I didn't do it.
Oh man.
Oh
We
my God.
we 4 minutes into this podcast and still have not started.
Yo, this is gonna be.
Oh no, you gotta include all of this.
Yo, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. This is gold.
He said, how can we be funny?
You know what? This is fucking gold.
Look at God working.
This is, I know, right? All right. So Markel, start us off. Alex, shut the fuck up. While Markel start the show. You ready?
I didn't say anything.
Welcome
This
back.
nigga still giggling.
Shit.
Go ahead, bro. What the fuck?
Grown ass man over 30 giggling.
Hey, watch your motherfucking mouth.
Oh man. Welcome back to OPA to OPM. It's your boy Mark Hill.
Dramatic pause. Oh. And Alex. He looking at me like I'm supposed to introduce myself.
All right. I'm gonna do it like they made fool.
Dang.
Nah, don't do it like me.
See, I got your name right.
Appreciate it. Man, do it in your own,
I'm at my
flavor.
own
Pause.
stilo.
5 minutes later.
Added my own stilo to this. Nah, we all right. 5 minutes.
Do it
All
in
right,
your own
bet.
flavor, bro.
Welcome back to OPA to OPM. I am one of your hosts, Mark Hill Gill, with my 2 co-hosts. Let them know who y'all are, fellas.
This is Alex, AJ the one.
This is Dave Mill at Railway to Success.
I ain't saying my Instagram right now because I'm changing that joint by the time it'll come out, but it might be Mark Hill Gale, it might be, Mr. Make It Happen. We're gonna see whatever's available. But it's gonna be in the description.
It will be in the description.
Just to make it happen is a white chef.
For real?
Yeah, it's a white chef in North Carolina.
So it won't be Mr. Make It Happen.
Niggas on dick.
Damn.
But anyways, yeah, fuck that white man. I'm getting my reparations. It's like, nah, we love you, white.
Hey, we love all.
He be
We
cooking.
love all.
He be cooking.
I probably we gonna come check you out, chef.
No, we're not. Bro.
And I'm gonna pay you for my name. But anyways, so we got a special episode for y'all today. We want to talk about what it takes to actually build out your business and how to properly plan. Whoa. So, I wanted to start it off because a lot of my clients been coming to me recently asking me like, yo, Kel, shouldn't I just start my business with LegalZoom or, one of them other like platforms or something? And I'm like,
yeah.
bro, that's just a waste of money, bro. You about to throw away three.
It really is. It's a waste of money.
You about to throw away 500 plus their packages to get crazy.
Yo.
But your LLC costs what, 120? Well, in the state of Maryland.
It depends on.
I think it's like 200 for everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's 170 to 190.
It depends on
if you expedite it.
Yeah, exactly. If you expedite it and the state you file.
Yeah, I mean, we talking about hometown.
Yeah, but I'm just saying because this is a worldwide podcast, right?
Oh yeah. So, I'm only speaking from our experience, but
right, exactly.
I feel you.
So,
pause.
Look at that
in the state of Maryland and the state of New York, the state of Delaware, it's like 3 different states. So there's 3 different amounts of money you're gonna pay to start up. And different states have different things you have to do like annually for it as well. So definitely check the bylaws of any corporations filed in your state. But go ahead, Michael, how you going?
Yeah, nah. All I was gonna say is though, like, you literally don't have to go to LegalZoom or use another third party to create your LLC. It is very simple. You just gotta go to your state.gov website, and I promise you, just follow the steps of putting in your information. But something that, while I'm not big on LegalZoom or those other platforms, is because they don't actually teach you how to structure your business. They don't teach you that you need a business address before even going on the platform to sign up and register your LLC. They also don't tell you about a business address or a business phone number. So, that's why I just think LegalZoom is some BS. But y'all got some.
Honestly, I think LegalZoom is BS just because, as you said, it doesn't teach you anything. But because setting up an LLC is very easy. It can be. Yeah, it can be very easy. It could be done within 5 to 15 minutes. And so you're paying.
I'd say 20 to 30.
Okay, maybe I ain't doing some things right, but for all my LLCs, I've set up within about 10 to 15 minutes. As long as you have everything, documents. So you have your, what is it called? Your registered agent already on file, or if you have your virtual address or whatever you use for your business address. Whatever you use for your telephone, which we'll hit on all these topics at some point in this podcast. So, to me, it's a waste of money, honestly. So like I told Markel and Alex, like I paid $500 for LegalZoom one time. I believe it was $500. It might have been $400.
And what did you get with that whole $500 package?
Not a goddamn thing. They just did what I would have done. But just charged me $400.
And I'm guessing they use your house address as your business address.
Yeah. No. I had during that time I was in the I was setting up the business for the car rentals, and so I was using the address of a club we were in. Me and Alex were both in at the time. The Gathering Spot. I was using their address downtown, the Gathering Spot at DC. I was using their address as a business address. Also, I was using a virtual office out of for another business out of Rockville, Maryland as well. So yeah, man, I just use those as the address.
You have any experience with LegalZoom or know anybody?
Nah, cause for me when I got started with my LLC, I literally just did things the hardest way possible. Like it was all manual, like paperwork, like this is before I knew. I don't know if it was before. It was right during COVID. So I think they were transitioning over to being able to do it online. So like for me, I had to mail my stuff in.
All right.
Yeah, so it's like it was like a 4 to 6 week process just to hear back. Because when you like mail it, now it's got to get there, they got to process it and all this other stuff. So I didn't. When I first started, again, I learned things the hard way. I was like, yo, this is tough, like because they're not going to tell you what's really wrong. They just like go fix it. And it's like fix what? And you got to mail it back to ask them what's wrong with it. Or sometimes you could call them, and if you were able to get in touch with anybody, you know, it's like Maryland, they ain't about to really like answer the phone like that. If they are, hello, what you want? Like it's just straight attitude off rip. So yeah, I never got to use it, but I can see the benefits of it. Like with somebody who's like, oh, I want to get it done right, and so they want to put the blame on somebody else, or they just want somebody else to take over to do it themselves or like have it done themselves. Because like there's not that many people out here that are showing you how to do it properly without being like, oh, join my course and I'll show you how to do it. And then they charge you for like things like an EIN or something like that.
Which is crazy you said that, because there is a YouTube video, I believe, on the OPM podcast site where I detail everything I did starting one of my LLCs. And so I break it down. So I broke down my forming the LLC, getting my EIN, setting up my virtual address. So if you want to see that, I will link that video in the description.
Yeah.
Please go get your business address before you go register your LLC. I promise you it's not no more than like $15. You can go to ipostal1.com and get you a business address. Literally $15 a month.
Now, when it comes to business funding, I know we're skipping real quick, but I had a question. Like with business funding, sometimes the bank doesn't like seeing that address, because like mine was at like a Staples, right?
I'm glad you just mentioned that. If you go on ipostal1.com, when you are picking an address, always Google the address. Like pull it up on Google Maps first and make sure it's an official building, like a official office space or warehouse space.
It's in a commercial district.
Yeah, just make sure it's actually a commercial building and not a Staples or Walmart. I seen somebody do it at Home Depot one time. Yeah, and because the banks do actually look that stuff up. So yeah, you are right. Yeah, but using an actual iPostal One address that's an actual official building where they have like official stuff already set up. Like I promise you, if you go look it up, you'll see like they're official. The banks will give you money for that. Like it looks official. Yeah.
And it's crazy because I still got funding with that address.
So they probably just literally took. So let's say you probably qualified, or you was applying for $50K and you qualified for $50K, but because you like that was one negative on your remark, they probably only gave you $40K instead of $50K.
Yeah. Because I was doing this for the car rental business where I went to the Bank of America thing to get that. Before we get that, let's just do a rundown of exactly what somebody would need to start a business, literally from start to finish. Because the thing we were talking about in your video, that can be summarized in like a few seconds. When before it's like it was all these different steps and it was all these different secrets, and nobody really knew. You just kind of had to figure things out. Mark, I'm sorry, bro. Your forehead playing peekaboo, bro. You got
damn. Oh, good man.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Bro, I'm about to just take this joint off, let y'all see the waves. You feel me? I'm about to get right with the Bob on Friday, but go ahead, bro.
But yeah, so it's like before you miss.
Nah, my bag right there.
Oh, okay. Before it was just like, all right, I got to go to this person. It's hush hush, and I got to go to this person. Is similar hush hush situation where it's like you got to start piecing things together. But now it's like, with COVID, and the phrase was coined COVIDpreneur, right? When there was an explosion of just people who were trying to do their own businesses and stuff, and so it's like the information became so readily available. So, Demille, did you want to just like do a quick rundown of exactly what's needed from somebody who has no idea how to start a business?
I mean, the first thing we kind of already touched on is you want to have your address. Well, you want to know exactly what business you're in, correct? Whether you're in food, transportation, commercial, you just want to know what business you're in, okay? believe you may need to, like for certain states, you may need like a NAICS code, or is that
NAICS?
the NAICS code? Yeah, NAICS code.
So can I interrupt you?
Go ahead.
We not doing none of that. If you are in real estate, you want to do trucking, give me some other
Consulting.
high risk industry. Consulting's not high risk.
High risk.
Yeah,
Car rental.
car rental.
Yeah.
So, and when we say high risk, the banks look at those industries as high risk. So, if you're starting a business in that, don't use those names. You want to use a name like consulting, enterprise. Give me some other one, like
Just a generic like.
yeah. Marketing.
What's in the Wolf of Wall Street? What was his joint?
Man, I don't even remember. I have.
You could
not
even
seen
name
that
it
movie
after
in so
you.
long.
Like it could just be your last name.
Yeah.
I heard that Latin names are actually like sought after.
For real?
Yeah,
Oh.
like because like a Latin, like they speak Latin, so it's like their language is Latin, so it's like, oh, you got a Latin name, all right, cool, then you must know something, kind of thing.
But
yeah, I was gonna not to interrupt.
But my bad. Yeah, business
No,
name.
no,
Yeah,
no, it's all
business name is
Strathmore,
very
I'm
important.
sorry, Strathmore or something like that. That's what the name of the Wolf of Wall Street. It was just some generic.
Yeah, I don't even remember. 'cause
What does
that's
this
been so
do?
long.
If your
So,
business name is like, well, what does this do? You're good.
Yeah,
um,
like yeah. So like yeah, make sure your business name like doesn't like say
It's not a dead giveaway.
AJ the one trucking or
Car rentals.
yeah real estate
like
realty.
mine's did. You know, I use for some reason, Millie Auto Rental. Like it was
Yeah.
Millie
Yeah,
Auto
buddy.
Rental LLC, and so you already kind of know what was up. But at that time, man, my credit was on fire. I had no problem opening up no bank account at the time.
Mhm.
What do you need?
So
So you said the
address.
Address, next code, know exactly what business you're in, phone number,
Mhm.
and I think that's pretty much. There may be some documentation as well. If you have a partner operating agreement, it may need to be in place.
Swing that rock, brother.
Well, you have anything?
So don't forget you want to have your business email address. Not nothing with like Yahoo or Gmail. Make sure it's like at your business, like info at your business name.
Yeah. So
.com.
if you buy a domain for your business, you can actually like I know with GoDaddy, right? You can when you buy a domain, you can actually buy an email address as well.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something you'll need as well.
Next, after that, you're gonna want to, of course, get your like logo and website set up. After you do those steps, please go to the bank, open up a business bank account.
Well, before you do open up the bank account, and I would say even before you do logo, you want to have because you can't open up a bank account without your EIN.
Oh well, yeah. I don't know.
Boy, y'all skipping around.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know why I thought we already mentioned the EIN, but
no.
please go to your EIN. It's free.
exactly.
IRS.gov. That's
So the EIN and IRS.gov, they're definitely going to ask for your next code. You know, they want to know what industry to classify you in.
Please don't say you do trucking like with that code. Just say you do consulting, marketing, advertising, something along those lines. Still,
and with the EIN, luckily with the IRS, they give it to you immediately, so that you can get that. You can actually set up your once you get your LLC approved by the state. Then you can go get your EIN.
that's definitely step 3.
You can go straight for EIN.
Yeah, you can get it. Like,
Once you
don't gotta
submit
wait.
the application. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So once you submit the LLC, you go get your EIN. Then you can just go set up your bank account day one.
I'll tweak it.
Okay.
you gotta wait till your articles of organization to come in before you can go set up that business bank account.
Yeah, so
That's what I was saying. Like you gotta wait. I was saying like you may want to wait until your LLC is official because that's when you get your articles.
so this is the way I tell people. I say first, like you said, understand your industry. Find something that's low risk, right? If you know that you're going to be doing something,
Right.
you can still say that you're doing consulting in that business, right? When I was doing the car rental business, my car rental business is a consulting business because I'm consulting on how to get into the car rental business.
Correct.
But you can't consult in something that you don't actively do, right? So figure that out. Then go check the business entity express website. So state business name search. see if that business name is already taken, because it doesn't matter if you're trying to go for that name if it's already taken.
Exactly.
So now you figure out if your name's taken or not. You then go online, go through the process to get your LLC. But before you do that, you go to Namecheap, right? Or what's the one I had you go through?
It was Namecheap.
Namecheap, or there's another one. Buy your domain, get your email, right?
I use GoDaddy. It's simple.
GoDaddy is like the higher price tier.
Okay.
Because when Markel was going through Wix, I think the price was like $20 or something for a year. But when we went to Namecheap, it was like
$12.
Yeah, $10 or $12,
Okay.
right?
So do Namecheap let you buy all the domains like .com, .org,
Yeah.
.gov? Okay.
Yeah. So if your domain, like let's say you want railwaytosuccess.com, you can go for railwaytosuccess.io, .co, .net. Any of those things will still work, right? And so you get your phone number from something like Grasshopper, Ring Central. What was it?
Call8.com.
Call 8. Oh, Call 8?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that
I
one.
use a service called Uma.
Okay. Yeah. So phone number, you got your email from your domain. And then you got your address, which is either iPostal1, which is the cheapest one, or you can go to something like Regis.
But make sure you do that. Only reason why I keep stressing to make sure you do that before you register your LLC is because if you don't do it, and let's say you went to go change it, it's going to be a $75 to $100 fee.
Yeah,
just to go change it.
I've handwritten had to do that shit.
Just to go change your business address. So don't pay that extra money. Just
Next, I think that was left out is figuring out who you want your resident agent to be.
I was gonna hit that because I definitely forgot about that. That's definitely something you're gonna need when you filing for your LLC, especially if you're out of state. If you're, because a lot of businesses register their business like out in a different state. So if you're registering your business in a different state, you definitely will need like a registered agent.
Yeah, so registered agent or resident agent is anybody who's over the age of 18. So it could be a family member, it could be you. It could be, somebody, a business, anything like that over the age of 18. But understand that person is a person responsible for receiving legal documentation. So if you, and I hope this doesn't happen, but in the event that you get sued, that person and their address is the one that's going to really be on the articles of organization.
Exactly.
Like I was going to say, for example, my registered agent is my estate lawyer.
Right, attorneys will do that. I think you just pay them a small fee or something like that. The other thing I think y'all missed on was after you have that phone number, address, email, right? You go to 411 listing.
Yes.
Right, so
Definitely
you Google 411 listing because what you want to do is start getting out. It's like that's like the yellow pages of businesses. So in the event that somebody goes to look you up, which a bank will do, you're already out there and you have a presence online. Like they can, okay, this is a legit business. It ain't no fly by night. They got their business email. They got their business phone number. That's not their personal phone number. They got their business address. That's not their home address because they'll just go on Google. And they're listed on 411. All right, cool. We can start doing business with this person.
Oh, side note too, banks also like to see 1-800 numbers.
Yes.
Right.
That's one. Shit, if you're going to do 401, make sure you get a Yelp as well.
Right. So you can get a Yelp as well. After that, you have all that, listing 411. And all of this can be done in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right? Immediately go for your EIN, which is you go to EIN online. And then you have to make sure it's the irs.gov website because there are sites that be like, oh, apply for your EIN here. And then they charge you.
Yeah, exactly. And it's free.
It is free. So once you go through the process where you're just documenting everything and all that information that is going to be asked on the IRS website is literally everything that we just went over. And as you're going through everything, it's going to ask you what's your business type and all that other information. At the end of that, that's where it's going to say, yo, how do you want to get your EIN letter? Do you want it mailed or PDF? Please, for the love of God, choose PDF. Because I accidentally chose the mail one, and that thing took 6 weeks to come in.
Dickhead.
Bruh, I didn't know. Like, I really didn't know. I was like 19, 20 years old. I really did not know.
You didn't know to get the PDF.
Nah, I was just like, I want the mail version because, if I'm going to the bank, then
He
I
like
need to
official
have.
documents and shit.
Yeah,
I know he
like-
could print a
I'm
PDF.
about to say like you could print out the PDF. You could print out the PDF,
Bro,
but you didn't know. I
was 20 years old, so I was
Nick.
nicked because again, this information was before COVID, so it wasn't like out there. Like it wasn't a lot of people talking about that. Nobody in my friend group knew. I think it was what was his name from McNamara? Some B Wash or something like that.
Brandon.
He had like this
B-Wa-
consulting
I
business
don't
at like
know.
18, 19. He was the only person I knew that had an LLC, right? I didn't know the next person I knew that had an LLC wasn't until I was like 24 or something like that, because nobody was talking about that stuff. So it's in hindsight, it's like, oh, what are you doing? PDF. But back then, it's like that's some scary stuff. You don't know. You just want to make sure it's done right. Just the same reason that people go to LegalZoom.
Yeah.
They want it done right. The other thing is, right after you get your EIN, go to Duns and Brad
Mm-hmm.
and get your Duns and Brad number set up.
And your SAMS.gov number.
Sam's?
SAMS.gov. That's so basically the Duns and Bradford number is almost about to
Brad
become
Street.
obsolete.
Dun and Bradstreet.
Duns and Brad.
Yeah, that's Duns Brad.
Oh, I thought you said Bradford. My fault.
No,
my
I said
fault.
Duns and Brad's
My
number.
fault, my
I said
fault.
Duns and Brad's number.
Oh, my fault. That's my fault.
But that the DNB number is about to become obsolete. So definitely go get a SAMS.gov number along with that DNB number. Yeah. It's basically the same thing, but the government want to control everything. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
So now that you got all that stuff, then again, all of this can be done in a total of like 45 minutes. Then go for your state filing, right? And each state is different.
You don't do that when you setting up the business?
Huh?
You ain't do that?
I'll do that last because I mean it's just like I can knock all that other stuff out.
So when you say state filings, what's the difference between when you
federal,
applying for your LLC formation and then your state?
well, your state is your LLC.
Okay.
Right, your federal is just that. It's just for tax filing purposes.
okay.
They just want to know that so they can tax you.
Right.
And that's where you decide if you're an LLC, an S corp, or C corp.
No, this is new, correct?
What?
Like the federal government asking you for this information. Like
No,
this-
they've been asked that.
No.
No, cause what's the thing they
The
just
Corporate
started?
Transparency Act.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do that today actually. So, I'm glad you said that. So, again, you're taxed at a certain rate based on what you choose. So you can choose whatever it is that you want. But if you choose a certain thing and you're not ready for that, you're going to get taxed even harder.
Side note, you just reminded me. Please don't go set up an S corp
Yeah,
straight out the gate. Like that's the dumbest thing. Like a lot of people do. Like
If you don't got the income for
yeah,
it.
if you can't show 40 and 50 to 50K in profit, not revenue, but in profit, it's pointless. You're gonna get double, triple taxed. But
Oh yeah, this is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. This is not tax advice. This is for educational purposes only.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, buddy.
Amen.
I don't know about them, but I know for me, my LLC
what he
cannot
said.
take it.
What he said.
Right. So yeah, like you were saying, what I've seen and heard is that if you don't make, like you said, $40,000 to $60,000 in profit, it's not worth it or as worth it for an S corp. So most times, from what I've seen, people do an LLC, right? And if it's just you, that's a sole proprietorship. Oh, let me take that back. From what I've heard, a sole proprietorship is, this is my business, right? But it's just in the eyes of a bank or like legally, they just see it as a side hustle, right? So if you're commingling your funds, meaning like if you have your personal account and you're running your business out of your personal account, that's a sole proprietorship. That gets taxed crazy. A single member LLC is just that. It's a single member LLC, but they kind of look at it the same as a sole proprietor. And then you have like partnerships. I got messed up with partnerships because with a partnership, I'm like, yeah, me and my mans, we doing business together. But what they don't tell you is that you have to do a whole different tax filing for that joint. If you don't do it in time, you're getting taxed hard and you got to pay a penalty for that. So for me personally, all I've done is just straight LLCs. And then I would just go into there and say LLC, Limited Liability Corporation, which limits, I don't think, we didn't even like talk about the difference. Again, it's not like tax information. like an LLC and why an LLC is important versus just running things until you make enough profit?
Well,
No, we haven't.
we haven't, but
Yeah.
I kind of think. Well, I shouldn't say it's kind of very.
It's a touchy subject.
Yeah. Pause.
Yeah, so like
My good freak, man. You feel me?
I just say limit your exposure, because for me,
I mean, it's in the name, limited liability. So
yeah, and some people it's like, I don't really know what that means. Like, I hear it, limited liability.
it means that if everything within everything that the LLC owns, you can't be personally held responsible for. And like a
Kinda.
lawsuit.
Kind of. Like, there's a thing called piercing the corporate veil, right?
Okay.
And what that means is, as long as you are operating that business the way it is supposed to be,
Right.
meaning that if you make $100 in the business and you don't go spend it on something for you personally,
Right.
and you're just using that money for your own personal benefit, now you're operating as a business. Because, like, all right, cool, I have my own separate business bank account that I don't touch those funds. And what the money that's for that stays in that. The money for my personal stuff stays personal. So I separate those accounts.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're doing that, you're cool. But the minute that you start mixing and matching
Or
and
commingling.
co-mingling your
As
funds,
you send that one transfer over, buddy.
right? So, and there's a way that you can do it, but you have to talk to a tax professional, because they're going to be like, all right, you got to structure it this way, because of course, your money's going to have to go into the business,
Mhm.
right? Because how else you going to get money? Like, the business is just getting started, and like IRS knows, like, all right, you ain't making the most money in your business. Most businesses don't make money within their first 3 to 5 years, right? So of course your money has to go into it, and there's going to be times where, like, yo, you might need to have some money that you take out, because I'm like, I need to move things around to finesse some things. But as long as you're talking to a tax professional and making sure that they're explaining this stuff to you, you should hopefully be good to go, because there are some bad tax professionals out there.
Yeah.
I had to cuss mine out.
Mhm.
My former tax professional. I was in Puerto Rico. Boy, I was laying his ass out.
Oh, whoa!
Laying his ass out is cool.
Yo,
But
Let's
yo,
pause.
to get back on topic, so what was the last thing you said? The in the steps wise, because
Oh, we were talking about the Duns and Brad and then Sams.gov.
Sams.gov.
Mhm.
So what would you say would be next?
Oh, after that, I was saying that you get the LLC from the state, and depending on how you want to go about
Which are
that,
your articles of organization? That's what you're talking
yeah.
about.
So your articles of organization is basically, that's the formalized business actually happening. That once you get that is your actual LLC. And so for me, I don't know the process for other states, or the time frames for other states, but for Maryland, I think it's a 7 to 10 business day turnaround if you expedite it.
Yeah. If you expedite it, if you don't, it's gonna take like 3 to 6 weeks. Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Yeah, and I've been on both sides where, like, now I can get an LLC done in like a week, when before it used to take me like 6 to 9 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah, it was no joke. And I'm like, bro, I'm stressing, I'm waiting and stuff, and just. But now again, it's like everything that we just said in this podcast in the past, like however many minutes, like you can have your entire business set up to start.
Yeah.
Now, operating your business is a whole different story.
right.
Yeah. Well, so I guess we was about to go into the operations part, but yeah definitely want to go get you not just one, but I would say at least 3 business bank accounts. They all 3 of them are going to serve different purposes.
So what accounts would you say they need?
Within one bank, or through, like, you have.
I mean, well, I personally go to different banks because y'all know I'm going to get business funding from those banks.
So you want to establish the relationship?
Yeah, so I'm there to build relationships, but you can open up 3 accounts under one bank.
Okay.
So what accounts would they be? What, like checkings or savings, or like what accounts you talking about?
Oh, no, I thought you wanted to.
No.
What was it? One is for money coming in, one is for money going out, and then the other one is for taxes.
Okay.
And then
So what? Well, shit. What's the play for getting business funding?
oh shit. So if you want to go get business funded, after you must literally have all that set up. Like everything we just covered in the front half of this video, if you don't have that set up, then you're just limiting the amount of money you're going to get.
Again, talk to a professional. Don't just rely on us, but talk to a professional because we don't want to be held liable for if you fuck up. Don't hold us liable. But yeah, have all those things set up, like she said.
So all right, once all those things are set up, you want to open up your business bank account. Start cycling like $50 a week into there. You could touch it, you could access it, but like I said, we're just about building a relationship with the bank. I say let it sit. You want at least do that for like 1 month. At least let that sit for 1 month. After you started building a relationship with the bank, you want to make sure that your credit score is a 680 plus with no derogatories, no late payments, nothing holding your credit profile back. Next, you want to also make sure your credit profile is set up. You want to have at least 5 years of credit age. You want to have at least 2 personal credit cards with at least $5K limits.
Is that all together or each?
Each. Okay. $5K limits each.
How do people get a $5K limit credit card?
So you can literally apply, and when you apply, don't just use your income. If you have a significant other or if you're in a household with your parents, use their income as well. They always ask for household income, and that's how you get a higher limit. And for people who already have credit cards and you've been, doing a good job paying them off and everything, every 91 days you can ask for a credit limit increase, and the bank will give it to you as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. I don't know why it's a rumor that you got to do it every 6 to 12 months, but every 91 days you could literally ask for a credit limit increase.
What about those people who put their kids on credit cards or who open up a credit card in their kid name? Is there a workaround around that? Because like that's a long time to wait to build up credit, and it's possible that you can. The other thing is putting like the electric bill or the light bill or the water bill or something in the kid's name to help them build credit. Is that?
So are you talking about helping a kid build credit, or are you talking about helping them build credit? The parent.
Both. I guess because you kind of veering into another.
I'm gonna say,
because it's like again.
I'm gonna say a kid can't get business funding.
No, so what I'm saying is that people are. Oftentimes people are like, oh yeah, like my mom put the light bill in my name. That's the only thing I have. Mm-hmm. So when I go for a credit card, because we were talking about.
So you're saying like people with only that under their profile?
Yeah.
Oh, so I would find people in your family. Most people, in our community don't have access to this. But if you have someone in your family, like for example, my mom and my dad, they are really great with credit. They were the first people to introduce me to credit. So they added me as authorized users.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. So you could be added as an authorized user to your parents' credit card. Please don't have them lock that credit card in the safe. That credit card is not for you to use and mess up there.
Honestly, if you get them an authorized, you don't even have to give them the card.
Yeah, you don't. But it's their parents and stuff. They might, this is for you. Nah, that's not for you. Give it back to them. Have them put it away in the safe, maybe even shred it because you don't need to use it. It's just to help boost your credit profile and make you look better for when you apply for your own personal stuff. Mm-hmm. You could also, if you don't have access to, parents and stuff or, a family member that does have good credit, you could always, and that is good with their credit cards and paying that stuff off, you can also go to TradeLineSupply.com and get a trade line. Trade line is basically an authorized user as well, where they can add you you're going to pay someone to add you to their credit profile account, and their credit history is going to report on your credit profile.
One thing I wanted to touch on is if you're trying to get some extra money and you have a good solid credit card that you've been making payments to, you can reach out because me and my boy, like I asked him, I was like, yo, how much would you charge to add me as an authorized user on your card? Mm-hmm. Right? Because he had a $16,000 credit card. And as soon as he did that, actually it's funny because it took 3 months for that to report. And my credit score, I think it went up a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I started seeing his address on my report. I'm like, yo, this is fraud. Like, what's going on? Somebody, I'm like, wait a minute, that's his address. But when I added somebody else to my credit card as an authorized user, it was like within 30 days they just went through, and his score went up 80 something points, 90 something points.
Yeah, so like what I learned is like, for example, remember when we did it and you added me to your joint?
Yeah.
So remember, I was like, damn, bro, my score went down.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why my score went down, it wasn't because you still had a balance on the card and it fucked up my utilization. It was because the history and the age brought my history and age down. So like that's another thing people gotta pay attention to is like being cognizant of like if you are going to add a trade line or if you are going to get added as an authorized user, make sure it's like an older card or it average more years out than your current credit profile.
I got a question because you said like when you're starting to get funding, make sure you got at least a 680 credit score. Yeah. And there's no derogatory marks on your credit report, right? But what if someone's starting over, like in their financial journey, like they've had, they had some young mistakes, or not even young mistakes, but they had some mistakes. They took some risks, right? And it didn't pan out. And so you're restarting your whole financial profile all over again. Like you got to rebuild it. So is there a way to I guess they probably not gonna be able to get funding immediately. Yeah, no. But how can they?
Everything's a process.
Yeah,
my bad.
Go ahead, but how can they rebuild to make them more? I guess more banks more willing to take a chance.
Are the derogatories and late still on there?
Let's just say yes. And
go get them.
Maybe it's 2 years.
Go get them removed.
Okay.
2 years old. I will say you have a better chance, but you're not going to qualify for what you should qualify for.
So what if they have a bankruptcy on their credit report?
Go get it removed.
Okay.
You could get a lot of this stuff removed. Like,
collections,
late payments. Medical shit.
I don't think medical can be on there anymore.
Well, that's new. They just passed that. So medical, I guess medical debt is no longer allowed on your credit report.
That's all right. But yeah, a lot of that stuff you could get removed. But yeah, once you get that removed, now let's say like, because there is people, they'll wipe your whole credit profile clean. So let's say you just starting from the base, like nothing, like you don't have nothing. Go add some credit builder accounts.
Gas cards.
I'm
talking about like
so like a secure credit card?
Like where they
where you got to put the money down.
Yeah, like I'll even send Damel. I got a whole list like of credit builder accounts, but basically
this will be in the description.
Yeah, I'll send it for the description. But essentially, what you'll do is you'll go on that joint and it'll basically be like they're building you a savings account while reporting a credit limit to your credit card, and you'll just pay them like a certain let's say $50 a month for them to
Nav.
Yeah, Nav is one of them. Nav is one of them. Yeah,
but that's for business though, correct? Strictly for business. Nav.
No, they got
it's for personal as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
I knew that.
Yeah. So once they start reporting that to your credit account, that's something right there that you could already add and start building up. Like I said, you got trade lines, authorized users. Yeah, like I said, we'll leave like all the rest of that stuff in the description. But yeah, once your credit profile is
honestly, this may be a good video for you to do, like for the YouTube, like just
solo dolo,
just a solo video.
Yeah, I definitely do this just for the people. But go check out Evolve.bsg. It's definitely like 3 videos on my Instagram. Explaining this whole process, but I'm gonna definitely do it for the whole page, and for the people and everything.
We would definitely do it for a YouTube video for it. As well.
But yeah, once your credit profile is amazing, like I said, you got the credit age, you got the credit limits. Want to make sure your credit usage is below 30%. I like for my people to have below 10%, but 30% you'll still be fine. Oh yeah, the little net.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got age, usage, 2 credit cards. I got a whole checklist. I'll even leave that for y'all too. But once you got all that, you're good to go. Because somebody with a 680 credit profile, with a credit score, but with a icy credit profile, will qualify for more money than somebody with a 740 credit score in their profile. You might only got 1 credit card with $2,000 limit, but because you pay that joint off every time, your credit score has been going up and everything. So
yeah, and also one thing is that people don't realize as you start paying student loans off, that can actually start lowering your credit because that's that's most people's oldest account is their student loans.
It will go down for 6 months, but after 6 months, it should go back up. Because that actually happened to me after I paid off my student loans. You lose the history and age. Yeah, so
I was going to ask you because some people let their credit score go down, like when they pay off a car or something like that, because they lose the credit history.
Yeah, definitely when you pay off a car too. But I want to say now they supposed to start leaving the car up there, like the history. You won't still have that
balance,
and everything, but reporting and everything. But the history should stay.
Yeah,
that should be dope. That should be dope.
What we were talking about a while ago, and also things that we realized is that oftentimes most people when they start a business, they're trying to use all of their money to fund that entire business, and what happens is like we've all been there where you're trying to put in all your money to keep this business afloat, and you just realize like it ain't enough. Like it's just not enough, and because you're trying to manage that money between yourself, the business, your personal life, groceries, and life, bills, and this tire blew out, right? And you got all these things, and you're trying to front the money to pay all this stuff, and it's just like something's going to sacrifice.
Yeah.
And I think like it'd be remiss of us to say like first learn money management skills, right? If you can't manage $100, you can't manage $1,000. You can't manage 1,000, you can't manage 10. If you can't manage 10, you can't manage 100,000. It's real easy once you have your credit profile built up and a 700 score with multiple trade lines reporting and multiple cards and things like that, good credit history. It's real easy to get 100K.
I promise you, your credit profile icy. You don't got no derogatories, no nothing. Go open up bank accounts at like 3 to 5 different banks. I promise you. Make sure they you could call them and ask them. When I apply for funding, or don't say funding, when I apply for credit, who do y'all pull from? So get 2 banks that pull from Experian, 2 banks that pull from TransUnion, 2 banks that pull from Equifax. You're gonna go to those banks and apply for the max. Chase will let you apply for like up to $75K now. If you have everything we said with the business address, EIN,
Everything.
Yeah, everything. Email, phone number. They will give you that whole $75K, and that's only one inquiry.
Your shit airtight. If you make sure your shit is airtight before applying.
That's only off one inquiry, and that inquiry is under TransUnion. So the other 2, your TransUnion might drop by like 7 points, but guess what? Equifax and Experian never saw that. So now I'm gonna go to the credit unions that pulled from Experian, and I'm gonna go run it up, do the same thing. You could go run the same process at 3 to 5 banks, and then you'll notice after like the 5th or 6th bank, if they start giving you like either a little bit less or a lot less, then all right, them inquiry is starting to take an effect. So now you either need to go remove inquiries and run the play back, or you might have enough funding. That's like $200 to $300K right there just to operate with.
But understand again, if you can't manage a little money and you try to go manage a lot, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble and a lot of debt very quickly, because what I've seen some people do is that they'll get $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. Like, oh, I'm good. They go pay this off and pay that off, and they're paying all this debt off, or they're transferring the debt from one debt source to another debt source and saying, oh, I got a 0% interest rate for 12 months. But what they're not doing is in that 12 months, they're not paying the amount monthly that it needs to pay to get that down. So then all of a sudden it's like, oh, shoot, I used to have 20K, but now I got 40K because I paid everything off, or put it on this credit card, and I started swiping. But you're not adding. You're not adding revenue sources to that credit card or to that business to then pay that money off. So it's like, if you get this money, you got to have a business plan in place to say, all right, once I get these approvals for this amount, this is what I'm going to allocate that money towards to make sure that I have enough money coming in to then pay that money back. Or, education is a good thing, right? If you get, I think we're good. If you get, let's say 50K of money, right? Business funding, then I think that you'd be remiss to not at least spend 5% of that on getting a tax strategist, because now that might be considered income the minute you start putting money out there, right? A tax strategist, a tax planner, or a tax filer, attorney, right? Paying for your attorney subscriptions and all this other stuff. Paying for mentors to show you, like, hey, look, these are the things that you need to have in place now that you have a business. This is more money than most people are coming across.
Clarification: a tax strategist and a tax filer are two different positions. No, they can be one person, but they're two different jobs, correct?
Yeah, so a tax filer is basically saying, all right, I'm going to take the information that you give me, input it into some tax software, sometimes TurboTax, sometimes their own proprietary software, but they're just taking the documents that you get and saying, all right, this is your expected tax filing status. The tax strategist is saying, hey, we're going to plan for this year and the years before, so that you can be in these situations.
Before you continue, the reason why we also been stressing, the business bank account, or we didn't even mention, also get a merchant account or some way you could accept payment, and it's going directly to your business account,
like Stripe, Clover,
PayPal,
Square, Square.
Yeah. So you want to keep track of all your numbers, all your expenses. The tax strategist and filer just reminded me of that. But those things are important because, especially being in your first 2 years of business, like he said, we are just giving advice. Please consult with an official professional.
We're giving recommendations.
Yeah, we're giving recommendations. But you can write a lot of that stuff up.
Legal strategy. Consult with an attorney or a certified accountant.
But yeah, first 2 years in business, you can write a lot of your stuff off as a loss and, get some of that money back. So it's definitely important.
Again, please go with an attorney or certified accountant to verify this.
Also speaking from experience.
Right.
But please, like you said, do consult a professional or, somebody that, it specializes in that field. But
I think that's, people get the term confused of pay yourself first. That is paying yourself first. If you go out and, like I said, pay the subscriptions for your attorney, your tax attorney, your contract attorney to get actual contracts. Stop trying to wing it.
Or using templates.
Oh yeah, please do not use those sites. Go ahead.
Right, for them to review your articles, to review your what's the other operating agreements and stuff like that. Right, it's going to cost a few $100s to a couple $1,000s, but at least things are set up properly.
So worth it.
And then also paying the right mentor, right, to show you, like, hey, now that you have this, you need to have this account set up. You need to have, advertising set up. You need to have marketing. You need to have, these people in your circle, so that if stuff hits the fan, you can make these calls.
Check out our labs.
But I got a lot of, tidbits to add to that. So another thing with your mentor or, coach, they are your how. We got to get out of the habit of asking how, but we got to ask who. And your mentor is the person that's going to keep you from making all the mistakes that they made and then some. And they're like propelling you forward. They're giving you all the information that you need to not only, create a solid foundation and structure now, but to be successful moving forward in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
So we touched on forming an LLC, getting your EIN. We touched on operating. Was there anything else that anything else that you wanted to touch on?
I think that's it. Because again, like you said, forming the business, operating the business, getting funding for the business.
Right.
At that point, now is just, again, like we talked about before, is starting the actual services your business is going to do. Like
having a plan, having a vision, having it written down.
I would definitely say once all of these things are set up, you should definitely check out the audio podcast. We did our last podcast. Unfortunately, the video wasn't up to par, so I won't be releasing that on YouTube. But You can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, our Heart podcast. Anywhere you get your podcast, we're there. But we touched on how to market that business and how to generate sales in that business. So once these things are up and running, I guess then it's just time to make money, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's trying to make consistent money and making sure that you're doing good business and stuff. So I think that the audience has like a very good starting point to get everything. Like if you go through those steps of forming the business and operating it and then getting the funding, I think that you're going to be way ahead of most business.
Way ahead.
Yeah, most people who try to get into business. And these are things that we're still trying to perfect ourselves. So it's not something where it's like, oh yeah, we got $500K in funding and, you know, across 5 different businesses. And that's another thing is before I guess we sign off, is that just like you were able to go to multiple different banks to get funding. So yeah, I go to bank 1, 2, and 3, and each one of them gave me $50,000, right? That's $150,000. Well, I do that per business. So it's like, imagine I take some of that $50K and I go start 2 more businesses and run the same exact play, because a business is what most people don't realize is a business is its own entity, right? When you go open your business or your bank account in your personal name, that's under your social security number, right? It's a 9-digit number that identifies you. When you get your EIN, it's a 9-digit number that identifies your business, right? When you have another business, that's another 9-digit number that is separate. So let's say that you have OPA to OPM enterprise. And then you have OPA to OPM consulting. And then you have OPA to OPM marketing. Those are 3 separate businesses. And if you go into a bank and you open 3 separate business bank accounts, they're like, all right, cool. These are 3 separate entities right here. So you can run that same play and say, yo, look, I want funding for this business, and this business separately. Okay, cool. We'll give you $50K a piece. And then you go to the bank too. Okay, we'll give you $50K a piece.
Oh, I'm so glad you just said that. So, like I said, just be careful with the inquiries running that play. But Truist will let you do that all under one inquiry.
Yeah, I think does American Express do that too?
Oh yeah, Amex too. But certain people, you gotta be careful. Like how he said, the money management part. Like you gotta. Well, don't get it. I don't suggest getting a charge card or starting off with a charge card. You know, with Amex. But yeah, I love Amex.
I didn't even start with a charge card.
Most people jump at the gun with it.
Yeah. No,
oh well, I
started with a blue preferred cash one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, and like I love that you mentioned it, but like everything we're telling you is just stuff that we should have done when we first started, with stuff that we're doing now. So learn from our mistakes too.
Exactly. I was going to say that before we signed off as well, is that just because we're saying these things, there still may be different areas where you may have trouble with, and you just know that every business has its bumps along the road. So if there are different challenges that you face, that's not something that we cover today, just keep going.
Drop a comment down below.
Please ask us. I'm pretty sure one of us 3 been through it.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely leave a comment. If there's something that we touched on today that you want us to go into further detail, please leave a comment.
Hit the like button.
Hit the like button, subscribe button, and hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube. If you're listening to Apple on to the audio, can you like that? Can you like?
Yeah, you subscribe.
You can. Okay.
Or you can add the channel.
Yeah. Just please like and subscribe to the audio version on Apple, Spotify, or Heart, wherever. Please go check out the Instagram at OPA to OPM on Instagram. We're definitely trying to grow that into something that we can use to reach out to our fan base as well, and to really build a community. So if you're really trying to reach out to us,
there's options.
There are really options. You can find us at OPA to OPM on Instagram. We definitely probably need to set up a TikTok as well.
In time.
In time. Also, we're going to set up a fan base account as well. So, if you're into fan base, we'll be there as well. Also, man, before we go, I definitely want to give you guys an opportunity to plug anything you may be promoting. So, Alex, I know your school. Do you want to promote that?
Yeah, so I got a couple things. We got the school where I teach you how to get into Turo Tech and Airbnb. It's completely free. So if you are interested in that, follow me on Instagram at _AJTHE1. Click the link in my bio and join my school. If you are also trying to automate your business and get that whole process automated, we'll do this whole business. We'll map out your business for you so that way you can start getting closer to business funding. Go to Optimize. It's OPTUMIZE.
Okay.
Optimize.
Yeah, you
dot
spelled
net.
that retarded, but go ahead.
I had to think about it. I was like, how do you spell it?
They got on me a couple times.
Yeah, because like I always just send the link. So yeah, Optimize is optimized, but with the U instead of
We're
the
gonna
I.
leave the link below.
.net. Yeah, there you
We
go.
will leave everything in the description.
Yeah, and then again, I don't really be on TikTok like that, but if you want to, I think it's _Alex_J.
All right, and Markel, where can they? Because you dropped a lot of gems today, my brother. Like you really had the dope. You had shit. This is your
The
motherfucking
new domain about to come out.
man. You had this
Domain
is-
about to drop.
Man,
You feel me?
this is motherfucking MJ flu gang right here, man. So I'm sure anyone who listens or watches this episode, they're gonna want to know where to find you for more information. As you always said, evolve.bsg. What's the Instagram? Are
Yes.
you okay over there?
Nah,
Yeah,
I went
now
back.
he dissolved and shit.
Okay. But like, do you have some? I know you drop a lot of gems on evolve.bsg.
Yeah.
But do you have anywhere else they can follow you?
So again, my Instagram name is Shot by Kel right now. Most likely about to change that June 1st to my name, Markel Gale, Gale. Whichever one it is, it will be in a link in the description. Please come check out that page. I go live every Wednesday to give out financial literacy advice and different strategies. I am a financial advisor, so I help people, tackle debt, elimination, plan to buy a house, and just plan to build wealth and assets for the future.
Is there a way to contact you beside, or you just want them to contact you on Instagram?
No, I have a website. Yeah, we're just waiting for the domain to transfer over.
Okay.
But it's Evolve Biz BIZ Strategies GR.com. If you go to any link on either Instagram, the link is in the bio. You could book a free consultation. I'm just here to, like I said, serve and educate. Yeah.
You also have a school coming soon, correct? As well.
Yes. School coming soon. I planned on honestly dropping it probably by the end of June, but
Honestly, I think all this could be OPA to OPM school, but
yeah, blessings coming soon. So hopefully by mid-June it should be launched. That's actually a good idea. I'm not opposed to that.
Also,
To be discussed.
To be discussed. Also, to be discussed. We may be dropping some behind the scenes video as well on Instagram, and we may try to do something where we can drop maybe too early, but we may do something where I'm actually interested in doing something for Patreon as well. But yeah,
I was gonna say definitely go follow the OPA to OPM pod Instagram. I know I'm getting back in my content bag, 3 content posts a day, starting June 1st. So I do plan on doing most of those with in collaboration with OPA to OPM. So if you just follow that page, you will see the content too.
Exactly. Again, you can follow me at Railway to Success as well on Instagram, TikTok. Fuck you. I don't even.
RALE.
Hey, look, motherfucker, you just
T.O.
you struggling with optimize over there, motherfucker.
Hey.
Let's get your shots to a motherfucking minimum, okay? All right. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. All right, and do you want to sign us off?
No.
I knew you had a bar. I just knew you had to say it. Wait.
No.
Oh,
I
man.
don't.
All right, well,
we appreciate y'all for real.
Exactly. Do you want to sign us off?
Hey man, appreciate y'all for kicking it with Markel, Alex, and Dave Mill. This is Opiate OPM. We signing out.
Peace.
Hey, I should probably start doing this shit.